Hi guys, and welcome to my happy space, you guys. Welcome to my space. So I have a video before this I haven't posted yet, but I'm going to go through the same little spiel all over again. So if you missed the last video, then you get this one. And if you missed this one, you get the last one. So we're going to break it down really simple tonight. It's Friday. It's Cheat Friday. It's like everything else, you know, it's like if you don't want to cook, you order out. So there's many nights that I do not feel like mixing paints. And I want to paint, but I don't want to mix them. And I know you guys are all the same and you can mix up in advance, but you never seem to have what you really want when you really want it. So I'm here to tell you guys not to get all wrapped up in the pouring mixes and pouring mediums. You do not need it. You do not need it. Our paints were all designed to work as they are in the containers, and we've just gone about finding different ways to create effects and interactions between the paints, but it's not necessary. You can use cheap paints, you can use expensive paints. You have to ask yourself, number one, why are you painting? Are you painting for yourself? Are you just learning? I highly recommend paints from the dollar store, Dollarama. Like, don't go crazy buying all of these expensive products because you're going to dump a good percentage of them out. So this little tutorial, just as the one before, is exactly about that. So this is black onyx from Walmart. This is interior latex house paint mixed with nothing but water to thin it out. It's very thick. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to just spread it out a little bit because I don't want a whole bunch of it. And then we're going to do some swipes. And I have a minimal amount of stuff mixed up. So this is like Friday night takeout in the paint department, you guys. It's so easy to get boggled down with everything. I understand all too well. I've been painting for a few years now. This type of painting. I painted just abstract before. So I have some understanding of paint, not a ton, and I learn every single day that I paint, but I have learned that in the end of the day, I paint for my own enjoyment. And so the products I use vary from Dollar Tree paints to some Goldens, a lot of Liquitex, a lot of Amsterdam, but cheap out, you guys, cheap out. So I'm going to use some cell mix, and we're going to do it right on the palette knife. This is black. This is US Floetrol mixed with Amsterdam, black and white, and a little bit of Elmer's Glue All and some Minwax Wood Conditioner. So I'll put my recipe in the description box. So the rest of the things we're going to use, other than maybe a TLP, are straight up. This is Deco Art Golden Brown. This is from the dollar store. We're using it right out of the can, or right out of the bottle, you guys. I'm going to put it on our palette knife. I'm going to try to brighten this up. This is the Acrylique brand from the dollar store. Same thing. Directly onto the palette knife. And then we're going to add some red from the dollar store, Acrylique. We're going to dribble all over our black tile. And then we're going to add a little bit of Lemon Sorbet by TLP. This is mixed properly. Well, it's not mixed properly. This is actually mixed with Artist Loft pouring medium and a little bit of the Velspar pouring medium that I make. And then we're just going to swipe it and have fun, you guys. Okay, here we go. Remembering the whole purpose of this is to realize that you don't have to break the bank or, you know, sell the farm, or, you know, you can be creative and create lovely, beautiful things without a ton of expense. And at the end of the day, I really do paint for my enjoyment. It's my therapy. And so lots of pieces I paint are not artist quality supplies. And you know what? I don't really care at the end of the day. As long as I'm mucking about and I'm having fun and I get to share some things I've learned with you guys, it's all good. everything straight up. Lemon sorbet. And we're going to go in this way. So it takes a long time to learn. Oh, that was stupid. I missed that. Oh well. As I was saying, it takes a long time to get these techniques down, and they are expensive. If you start buying all the different brands of paint, you can get into some heavy duty cost. All right, let's give this a punch of color. So this time we're just going to use plain old orange from the dollar store and a little bit of lemon sorbet. And we're just going to go back up here and we're going to add another pretty swipe of just color. So I kind of turning my palette knife so that I don't cut right through everything, if that makes sense. So try it flat, try pulling it down, try different strengths of like go in, cut into the black, just experiment. And that's where these paints I think are so valuable because they're cheap. Like these are, well, they're $1.50 now. They've gone up, but it allows you the ability to really just explore and experiment and play with paints and learn what different tools will do. I've told lots of people, like swiping, I couldn't swipe with a palette knife to save my soul. I couldn't do it. And so I switched to little bits of paper. And eventually, when I got comfy with the paper, I moved forward. Now I'm like a palette knife pro. Ha ha. All right, let's just keep going. So you can use different palette knives. I've done a couple different pieces lately with different size palette knives. I like this one for the size. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have much of a curve in it. And so I often stick my finger in it. You don't have to do the same colors in the same order. You don't have to, you can do whatever color you want. Just experiment, you guys. Make some swirly lines. Now I was gonna go all the way through this, but I really like this. And what you can't see is that this is lemon sorbet. So it's gonna be really shimmery and pretty once it dries, which kind of is going against what I was planning on doing with this piece. I was gonna pretend that we had a marble. I was gonna run it through. I did it with the last piece though, so you get the general idea. All right, more orange. You can modify these the same as we do when we are using all the pouring mediums. It all works the same. All right, where are we going to go in? Let's go in up here. You can layer your palette knife differently. You know, if you think about what you might want to create, which I don't, it sounds stupid, I don't really think about it, I just put my paint on. But if you want your funny little leaf thing to be half red and half orange, then you layer your red on one end and your orange on the other. And it's going to go down onto your work surface the same way it goes onto your palette knife. Let's try it. So we're going to go red on the tip and orange on the back side and some TLP just for some sparkle. And then let's, where are we going to go, you guys? I'm going to come on this side. Let's go in here. Let's actually take some of this out. Ah, stuff in my way. Okay, well that didn't work in my favor because I couldn't carry through with my swipe because I have a dish sitting in my way, but you get the general idea. So you can come up with some really, really cool pieces, you guys, for cheap. I'm so thrifty. I tell you guys that all the time. I source out stuff. I paint with a variety of different paints. And you know what? As long as I get to continue being creative, I'm okay. All right, so let's just, what are we gonna do? Let's just shape this one a little bit better. I ran out of gloves, so my hands are really, really dirty. And I told somebody about this too. Here's my other trick. Normally, if I'm painting without gloves on, especially with the black house paint, I put a little bit of hand cream on or any kind of like a vegetable oil, and it washes off instantly. Okay, we're gonna pull out some of this white. Okay, so like I said, I was going to go through this and pretend we had a marble, but I really, really like that. And I don't really want to disturb it. It's a matter of, can we make it any better? And we always can. But do we run the risk of wrecking it? You know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to love you and leave you right here. And again, this tutorial was about, you know, just be a diva on a dime. Paint for next to nothing, you guys. Just have fun and explore. And like I said, use different tools. Use paper, use palette knives. Just have a good time with it, you guys, until you really get it dialed in. And then if you feel you have to move up to the more expensive paints and you need to make 1,000 different pouring mediums, go for it. But for now, just embrace it and have fun, my friends. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on hold and I'll bring you down.